Good morning. We hope you enjoyed our day one webinar last week, Time is Money, how to save through both smart searching and video. Welcome today to our Solutions Discovery Day webinars, Keep on Moving, how video can improve traffic flow and fleet efficiency. My name is Jim Mystery and I'm Senior Product Marketing Manager for 3X Logic. With me today, I've got John and Alex. Today, John and Alex will take a look at one of our newest solutions, the license plate capture camera with ANPR functionality. They'll show how video can improve traffic flow and fleet efficiency using these innovative tools. I'll now pass you over to Alex.
Thanks, Jit, and good morning, everybody. It's nice to see everybody joining the call and people jumping on now. As Jit said, this morning we're looking at our ANPR solution within our 3X Logic portfolio and looking at how we can further enhance our offering to the market when it comes to 3X Logic's ecosystem. So talking about our ecosystem and what we do, 3X Logic, as a reminder to everybody, is we're a video surveillance manufacturer and we leverage data in different ways to enhance day-to-day operations within businesses, reduce shrink within retail, and many, many different things. Within our ecosystem, we obviously have a range of cameras right the way through to physical servers on sites, and something coming in the new year is also our cloud solution as well. All of this allows us to equip end users and installation companies to add value into day-to-day operations and try and pivot what is a video surveillance solution, so CCTV, to become more of a business tool. So you'll see from today another insight into one of the solutions within inside our ecosystem that encompasses things like our hardware with our NVRs and servers and certain cameras to provide this enhanced offering when it comes to an ANPR solution. This allows us to essentially bring more value to the marketplace. And what marketplaces? Well, these types of solutions can pretty much cover multiple marketplaces. And when we look at the ecosystem of 3X Logic, you start to understand and you start to see a bigger picture in what 3X Logic can do to address multiple different marketplaces. So yeah, we really are a Swiss Army knife of a product, and from there, today's focus is essentially license plate recognition. Now, just before we jump into that, there's a couple of key things that I just wanted to say. The majority of this session today is going to be pretty quick, and from there, the majority of the session is actually just some webinar, some PowerPoint presentations, just a slight demonstration. But if you want to drill down into anything deeper, either from the last webinar or the ongoing series of webinars, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We're here to do one-to-one sessions, multiple sessions with teams to further enhance people's knowledge on who 3X Logic are and what we do. When we look at the topic today, that is our ANPR solution, and you'll see on the screen, and as Jit rightly said, we've recently launched our ANPR capture or ANPR filter camera to the market. And alongside that, when that's purchased, you unlock the capabilities to essentially the user interface that you're seeing on screen right now. Now, some of the key benefits to this user interface is the ability to be able to monitor license plates as they come in and out of your premises, or as you'll see on the screen, say for instance, a petrol station. All of these things allow us to do multiple things. So you can see on the snapshot that we can monitor live video and capture license plates live. There's the ability to manage events and call out say specific hot plates from a parameter that you've built into the system. And from there, that allows you to then be able to monitor things like maybe a known number plate that is essentially barred from a particular location, and from there notify the relevant people to take the appropriate actions. Or the opposite of that would be the ability to maybe have a white list of number plates, for example, the one that you see on screen, And then from there, as that particular car pulls up to a barrier entry, we can utilize the license plate recognition system in conjunction with access control to then allow entry and exit of buildings. So consider maybe something like a high-rise building, multiple tenants in apartments. It may be an inconvenience to them, and from there, this allows them not to have to maybe get out of the car to swipe in to open a barrier. This automates that whole process and creates that convenient process when it comes to access control with vehicles. Some nice other things about this product is we can actually export this data to custom destinations. So maybe you're wanting to utilize ANPR to say, look at maybe say, for instance, a pay by plate solution, or have that come to a central database inside your organization. All of these things are possible through the solution. Now, this is not on a singular site level. We can do this across multiple sites. And from there, you can also auto import data across multiple sites as well. So really, really nice offer into the market that isn't what we would truly say this really expensive ANPR solution to the market. So brings all the value of an ANPR solution that might cost a lot of money to very much that SME world of the market, that small, medium enterprise world of the marketplace. So when we consider some of the value, we've already gone through a couple of these things, like access control, utilizing ANPR. Again, that can add significant value, or even just general day-to-day surveillance and wanting to capture number plates as people drive past or drive in and out of your facilities. That allows you to increase the safety of your employees or your property, and from there allows you to protect your assets when we're looking back at security. But one of the particular problems that we found within the ANPR world is from a conventional camera, you can run into some headaches when it comes to the headlight glare from headlights from cars. And this is the whole purpose of the particular camera that we've released recently. And we're actually going to jump now into just a quick video demonstration of what the particular ANPR camera does for us. Now, just to clarify, we have multiple elements to this solution. So you buy the ANPR capture camera, you get an ANPR license that sits on the Visual server, and from there is a deep integration or a full integration from that solution into our Visual server platform that allows you to do multiple things alongside that. But when we look at the ANPR camera and what I'm going to show in a moment with the demonstration, this is one element of the solution, okay? And this element is quite flexible. So if I just bring it up on screen, and guys, this is a file stream playing on loop. If you're not familiar with Visual Client, this is our user interface. And what you'll see here is a number of things, okay? With this particular camera, it doesn't necessarily have to use that user interface that you saw on the previous slides. That is more for that management of number plates and what you want to do with it. You could use this camera in a standalone scenario. And what you're seeing on the screen right now is the option with our license plate capture or license plate filter camera to filter out headlight glare, which is problematic when we look at ANPR in the market. Now, the headlight glare can cause a whiteout of sensors within traditional surveillance cameras. And from there, you'll see as the file stream continues to play, that makes it very difficult to capture number plates. When we utilize our license plate capture camera from 3X Logic, we actually filter out that headlight glare or that glare from the lights that you're seeing on the screen right now, where you're not necessarily able to successfully capture a plate. And from there, it gives you that much clearer, much more clarity in the image, like you're about to see now on the screen. And guys, this is supposed to be an interactive session, so if you do have any questions, pop them in the chat box, or even unmute your mics and call them out. But like you'll see right now, what this capture camera does is filter out that glare from the headlights. Consider that camera. Consider the ANPR engine that we showed you on the previous slide. And from there, when you combine the two, you've got a really strong offering when it comes to an ANPR solution for that small and medium enterprise world. Alongside that, if we actually look at this ANPR solution, this ANPR camera without the ANPR engine running, we could actually consider how we can utilize this in a different way. Now, if you're on the first webinar and we went through the functionality of smart search, if you considered smart search in this scenario, what this would allow you to do is very easily and efficiently find the number plates that entered and exited your property or your premises when it comes to a work environment, and from there be able to corroborate, let's say there was a break-in, or let's say there was some vandalism within that particular period of time, utilize smart search to potentially capture a number plate of possibly the culprit. So when it comes to general surveillance world, we can utilize it in that way as well. Alongside this, from that ANPR engine that you saw that can run in the background, we can also, because of that full integration, we can bring that data into this particular interface that you're looking at right now. And what it will do is it will bridge the text data from the number plate that it captures, and it allows you then to go and search for a number plate through this interface as well. So really building a robust solution for you to essentially have within that general surveillance world, but also when it comes to that operational world and searching for things, or maybe seeing if an employee turned up for work today, we can easily and efficiently utilize this tool to further enhance day-to-day work. So that pretty much concludes the demonstration. And again, chuck anything in the chat that you want to, guys. We're fully open to having conversations with you. Maybe you don't want to put them in the chat today. We can pick them up offline with you as well. Or if you want to jump into a deeper demonstration, please do reach out to us. Now, I'm actually going to hand you over to my colleague, John, who's going to start to look at a little bit more of how 3x Logic adds value to, say, installation, and from there, what that means for an end user as well. So, John, I'll pass that over to you, mate.
Cheers. Thanks, Alex. Morning, guys. Hope everyone's well. Yeah, just a couple of points to note, really, just follow on from what Alex said. One of the cool things that I've noticed with our LPR system compared to other manufacturers, as we were looking through some of the setup menus and what have you over the past few weeks, is kind of noticing the ability to set multi-region number plates within the setup. Now, obviously, we can go into setup in more detail and, you know, in breakout sessions and stuff like that, but my experience in LPRs has always been, whenever you've deployed a system, you've kind of been restricted to the amount of regions that you can set into the system. You know, number of countries limited perhaps to maybe half a dozen, 5, 10, whatever. We've pretty much got every region that you can think of, which I think is a massive plus from an end customer point of view, especially when you're considering things like import and export, haulage, logistics, warehousing. When you've got lots of different vehicles coming in from different regions around Europe, really adds massive value to the installation. And I think another point to touch on regarding the installation side of things is how quick these systems can be deployed compared to your typical number plate recognition system. Because we have a variable lens, it allows it to be a lot more flexible in terms of the mounting heights. Whereas your traditional ANPR systems, they would need to know speed of vehicle, width of lane, how high the camera is going to be, the capture point, kind of the sweet spot from where the camera is to where you want to grab that plate. So we can be a lot more agile in how we deploy this system. So just a couple of points to note, really. So as we move on to how we can help the installation companies be more efficient, talking about adding new features, additional benefits to the system as well. We have a system called VCM, which is Visual Central Management. Excuse me, just unmute myself there as I was coughing. So what this is, I'm not going to go into too much detail, but it's effectively a system that allows the integrator to remotely manage multiple sites and multiple customers from a central location. So if you want to add firmware updates to the cameras, any updates to the server, the integrator doesn't physically need to go to site, so it can be done a lot more quicker. Gives the installation company a great saving in terms of time. Engineers, obviously time on the road is quite precious. So as an end user, it actually saves you money because the integrator is not having to come to site as often, strengthens that relationship and really makes it a lot easier to add more value to the system. Gives you that support as an ongoing relationship. And because it's a proactive tool as well from an integrator point of view, as an end user, you'll probably find the integrator will be in touch with you to tell you there's a problem before you actually discover there's a problem yourself. So just a quick one on that. So as we move on to the next slide, just discussing how we can support you from a solutions perspective. So in terms of the added value, 3X Logic have got as a manufacturer to help the market, not talking about integrators, but also talking about end customers as well. From a sales perspective, we've got a team of sales guys, obviously myself and Alex as a pre-sale support manager in the UK, teams across Europe and the States as well. We'll help with demonstrations, visits that you need, any system design, pre or post sales, proof of concept. We're really, really big on this, guys. So if anyone wants to get any equipment from us, go to site, deploy a solution, see how it works in a real world environment, as opposed to, you know, me bringing in a camera and setting it up in the office, pointing out the window type of thing. We're there to help, really. So moving on to tech support, we've got technical support in the UK, Europe and the States as well. All the guys have got access to 3X Logic, as well as some of the other manufacturers that sit under the same umbrella as Stanley Black & Decker. We can help with on-site tech support if required, remote support via TeamViewer, and of course telephone support as well. But hopefully you won't need to call support so often because you'll be trained. Moving on to training, we've got online training academy, which is kind of bite-sized modules within the 3X Logic platform, and you've got the ability to select, you know, if you want to focus more on the plate recognition side of things, we've got modules on that. Video client modules on that, or POS interface from a retail perspective, all different bite-sized things that you can dip in and out of. We do have a certified installer program as well, so obviously all of our partners are fully trained in our equipment, and we're about partnerships. You know, we want people to deploy our solutions in the best light possible, and that means having the best training possible. From a marketing point of view, Jit and his guys work really, really hard to make sure that we've got all the collateral that we need from a manual perspective, product data sheets, product insight videos, case studies for different vertical markets. Obviously gives us the opportunity to host webinars such as this, which is great for us and massive for us as a growing manufacturer. Face-to-face events are now starting to come back into the fray as well. We've had our colleagues over in the States do ISC West recently. I believe there's an event in New York going on over the next couple of days. We've actually got an event in the UK on the 2nd of December, which is Retail Risk. Talking about other manufacturers that we work with, we are an end-to-end manufacturer, but we're open in the fact that we realise there's a legacy estate of equipment out in the world. So if we need to work with existing camera manufacturers to get the most out of what's already been deployed, and then supplement that with our cameras where needed, more than happy to talk to other manufacturers. We're nice guys and easy to deal with. So as we just kind of close off in terms of the next steps, so we have a certified dealer program. Please reach out to us and we can talk to you about that in more detail. That gives you access to additional materials and support mechanism from us. From an end user perspective, if you just want to have a chat, bounce some ideas, get some advice, put you in touch with the reseller in your area, perfectly happy to do that. We are nice guys, easy to deal with. We're here to help, guys. So please get in touch if there's anything you need. And yeah, we'll be happy to get involved. So if there's any questions, happy to take questions now in the chat box or unmute your microphone. Thank you.
So thanks, guys. Any questions, please do pop them into the chat box. If there's any that you want to pick up with us offline, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. Our contact details are on screen now for you, and phone numbers if you want to speak on the phone. Like John said, we're here to help. and from there we want to provide the best support and best solution to you possible. One final thing just to shout out is we actually have another webinar, the final one of this series, coming up on the 25th of November. This one's a little bit different, a little bit of a deeper dive into some of the other elements of our solution that further promotes 3X Logic as that Swiss Army knife of a solution provider. And then from there, just a final reminder, you'll see at the bottom of the screen some of the ongoing events that we've got coming up in certainly towards the end of this year and into the new year across the globe. And we will continue to update you on those things as and when we have confirmation of more events that we're attending as well. So thank you very much for your time. We hope to see you on the next webinar, and we hope you have a great day. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you,
Goodbye.
guys.
Thank you.